Today, my goal is to get this first row of blackberry plants, the weeds, cleared up. When I planted this first row, I really underestimated what impact the exposed soil was going to be. I have weed cloth on this walkway and weed cloth on that walkway, but there really needs to be weed cloth even between the plants because the weeds are just insane. So I'm gonna do a time lapse while I get this cleaned up, but first let me show you a before so that later I can show you an after. So first of all, you see those two rows of blackberries, and yeah, there are some little weeds which I will clean up today. So for one thing, there's a before over there, but look at this row. I mean, you can't even, it just looks like a row of wildflowers, AKA weeds. It's just crazy. So hopefully this is about to look a lot better. I time-lapsed for a minute, but then I turned it off because that was going to be an awfully long, boring time-lapse in my opinion. But I finished this side of the row. I don't know how well it will show up on camera, but I'm going to show you. There, that looks better to my naked eye. I hope it looks better to the camera. Now, I have to do that side. But first, I think I'm going to weed whack all of this. Okay, y'all, it is almost 2 o'clock. I have to leave here by 3 because I'm taking my daughter to the airport. And I have torn up my back today. I have pulled so many weeds and I've made significant progress, but I am nowhere near done. Well, I wouldn't say nowhere near. I'm near done. Anyway, I was having some thoughts that earlier in the life of the farm, I would never have spent, the 4 hours that I've spent today weeding. Like in the early life of the farm, I was totally concentrating on putting in more, like building the garden and building chicken coops and putting things in place. And now I've got a fair amount of infrastructure, at least based on what I can handle while I'm still working full-time. And so now a lot of the focus is maintaining what I already have. So speaking of which, I've got, I was interfacing with the guy I'm getting cows from, and it looks like I'm gonna be having, they're actually steers. Cows are female cattle that have had a baby. Last time I had heifers, which are female cattle that never had a baby. Anyway, I'm getting 3 steers, and y'all, the price has gone up 5 times. Like it's 5x what it was last time I got cows. So anyway, stay tuned for that. But I'm gonna finish up just a couple of things, and then I have to tend to the chickens, and then I've got to get on the road to go get my daughter for the airport. So let's finish this up. Well, so much for that. My battery's dead. All right. Well, I guess it's on to the chickens then. Some days on the farm are just like this. I lost 2 hours at the beginning of the workday because I had to work for the first hour and a half, and then I had to sit in the bee barn for another half hour. Huh, what's going on over there? Let's go look. All right, they're fine. There were a couple of them that were laying down and I didn't think they looked that great, but nope, they're all fine. Let's see how their food's holding out. No problem. Lots of food to go. All right, it's raining again. We gotta go. Tina's a lot smarter than me. She's waiting for me down by the car.